That horned monster.
He was with Melchior. There was something different about him. He wasn't a Moloch, though, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's a demon. But why would the Abbey be working with a demon?
He could be a Therian, maybe. I mean, there was Medusa and Kamoana.
No, I don't think so. The Abbey keeps their Therians behind barriers and bound to Earth Pulse points. A Therian can't send malevolence to Inominat while walking freely.
That's correct. And besides, Orthrus was already here.
In any case, now we know Melchior has a mean-looking bodyguard in addition to his illusions. It'll take quite a lot to stop him.
Aye. That's a fact. Eleanor, there's something I have to ask.
What is it?
Did you leak our plans to the Abbey?
Eleanor hasn't done anything like that.
Then how do you explain Melchior and his illusions already waiting for us when we got to a ball?
I promised you that I would work together with you until I found the truth for myself. I'm not up to any tricks. It's far too late for that now.
Exactly what a guilty party would say.
If anyone's suspicious here, I'd say it's you, Magilu.
No tricks? I don't even know what a trick is.
Enough. If Eleanor was leaking information, then Titania would surely be under attack by now.
Right. I'm sure the Abbey would love to have those Therians back.
But the enemy was in that village waiting in ambush.
The Abbey isn't foolish. They figured out by now that we're rounding up the Therians. They'll have left traps for us with each remaining one. It's the obvious move.
All right. If that's how you see it, I'll stand down.
So you trust me then?
No. I'm saying that anything the Abbey tries, I'll be ready for it.
Oh, such a brave, determined soul.
Eleanor, does the Abbey possess an art that can control demons?
Not that I've ever heard of. Besides, if they could control demons, there'd be no need to resurrect Inominat, would there?
Can't argue with that.
But Melchior was obviously in control of that demon. How did he manage that?
You can't tether them like a Moloch, and Melchior wasn't using oaths or mana to compel him. No, this was something more like mind control.
Mind control?
Let's say you know your target's innermost desires. You simply conjure the right illusion. Show them what would push their buttons in just the right way.
Ah, if you can create an illusion of something someone really wants, you can control them.
Exactly. You can force a powerful burden upon your target's psyche. Until their spirit breaks, that is.
What happens when they break?
Depends on the target. They might become an empty shell, they might go wild with desire. Eeny teeny spiny crow.
You sure know a lot about this.
Now that you put it that way, why would I know so much about it? What if someone is controlling me, making me say these very words? How horrifying!
I believe I'll take your words with a grain of salt.
Listen, Eleanor really isn't spying on us. I was with her almost every minute, and when I wasn't, Velvet was watching her. And she's a woman who keeps her promises. She wouldn't lie to...
Laphicet.
We understand, Laphicet. It's Eleanor. If she were lying to herself to somehow keep spying on us, the guilt would fill her with malevolence.
I see. You're right. The fact that I haven't turned into a dragon proves that.
Thank you. Both of you.
I didn't think you were giving them information intentionally.
But there are illusionists like Melchior out there. That means we can't rule out someone recording your thoughts in secret.
I don't think we need to worry about that either. Not with you and Laphicet always near.
Now that that's settled, it's time for you all to testify to my innocence.
That could be difficult.
What?
Well, okay. Why don't you start off by telling us all about the time you sold us out to Teresa back in Helives?
Oh, why bring up that old yam? You're a very vindictive man, do you know that?
You're just figuring that out? Well, there's your proof at least. You wouldn't make much of a spy.
She really wouldn't.
Hey, that's not what I meant! You were mean!
Okay, Fee. I need you to find us our next Earth Pulse point.
I found one, but it's really, really far. Way up in the northeast.
If it's that far out, it has to be in Engand.
Endgand is a collection of small islands. There's a comparatively bigger one called Lionel Island, but that's the exception.
Yeah, I think the Earth Pulse point's probably out there.
Endgand, huh? Those waters are haunted by ghost ships, you know.
Ghost ships?
Yep. Legend has it they snatch up wrongdoers who bear lingering regrets and whisk them away to that eternal voyage.
That doesn't sound promising.
Currents from all over the world converge in Engand's waters, so a lot of shipwrecks from distant seas end up there as their final resting place.
Uh-huh. Ah, so that's where the stories of ghost ships come from.
Boo, you guys have no imagination.
I'd rather they stay imaginary myself.
We should still be careful.
We'll be fine. Ghost ship, exorcist, whatever comes along. We'll be the ones to administer their last rites. Just one Therian to go. When I escaped, Ceres told me that Artorias could still be killed. That means she must have known everything. That Inominat is incomplete. How Therians work. But why did she betray Artorias? Why did she give me her strength? I know that try as you might, some fires can never fully be extinguished. But what made you go so far as to feed yourself to me? Tell me, why did you do it, sis? Ugh, what am I saying? Ceres was a Moloch. Just a Moloch. Just focus on what has to be done. Once the Therians are all together, I can end this. That's all that matters. That's all I need to think about.
Aw, come on! It's fine!
No, it's not. You have to do it right.
You're so mean, Medusa! If you keep telling me what to do, I'll hate you!
Fine, hate me then. So long as you do what I say.
Fine! I love you, Medusa, and you don't even care!
What's going on here?
Eleanor, Medusa's being mean. She keeps telling me to dry my hair after my bath, but I don't wanna.
What? Is that all you're arguing about?
This is important. Just because she's a Therian doesn't mean she can't catch a cold.
But I won't! I won't catch a cold! I swear! I don't want to take Mom's yucky, awful medicine, so I'm not gonna get sick.
If you insist on being so stubborn, we can do this the hard way.
There's no need for everyone to get so worked up. Her hair's pretty much dry already, right?
Yeah, what she said.
I'm spoiling her, aren't I?
Seriously. Look, we don't even know what would happen if a Therian catches a cold, let alone how to treat it.
That's true.
But look, I get it. I know you feel responsible for her.
You mean what happened to her mother?
Yeah, Laphicet told me about it.
My, look who's a little tattletale. I'm sorry, but I thought Medusa should know, just in case.
It's fine, I suppose. I should have told her myself.
Well, at least I understand everything now. It's all too tragic for words.
Yes. And the knowledge would not be something that a young child could possibly bear. I'm not planning on telling her.
That's probably your only option. But do you really think you can keep lying to her forever?
I have to. For her own sake.
For her, huh?
All right. I'll go with you on this. You two are going through an awful lot of trouble for a selfish kid. All kids are selfish. They're selfish. But that's what their families and their mothers should be there for. Don't you have any memories like that yourself?
Sorry, but I'd rather just keep them to myself.
Pish and piffle. Everybody and their issues, am I right?
We're coming up on Lionel Island.
So much for the ghost ships.
Should we expect another welcome party waiting for us again?
No. I had the Bloodwings spread a rumor that we were raiding an Abbey compound far, far from here.
As far as plans go, that's better than nothing.
All this cloak and dagger. Give me a good old frontal assault any day.
First mate, sir. There's a ship drifting ahead of us.
A ghost ship?
It's an Abbey ship. Their flag. It's a distress signal.
Understood. Commence approach.
Are you actually going to help an enemy ship?
A ship signaling distress has neither allies nor enemies. That's a code all seafarers abide by.
It's an obvious trap.
Not even pirates would use a distress signal for a surprise attack. Of course, after we rescue a ship, we still strip them of everything they've got.
Anyway, if it's a trap, we'll kill everyone on board. Simple.
A waste of time if you ask me.
Is this...
The Corsair Scourge!
Benwick, do we still have any Salatoma left?
Yes, sir. If this is their full crew, we should have enough on board to treat them.
Now that you mention it, don't Abbey ships usually have a bigger crew?
These were all who were aboard when I hijacked the ship and made them set sail.
Teresa!
I knew I was being reckless, but I never expected we'd run afoul of the Corsair's scourge. But you know, I'm glad we did, since it brought me to you.
You seriously plan to fight in that condition?
No. I know you've won this one. Use me as you will.
Use you?
Don't bother asking. It's a trap.
Lionel Island is where you'll find Dees. Aetherian. My brother Oscar is guarding over it.
We can handle him just fine.
You should know that Oscar's acquired a powerful new art. Its formula developed by Lord Melchior. The art heightens a Moloch's power far beyond its normal limits. The effect is incredible. Normal arts don't even compare. Even were you to win, you wouldn't come away unscathed.
Why are you telling us this?
The art is still untested and imperfect. There's no guarantee its caster will survive the effects. I don't want anything to happen to Oscar. If I'm your hostage, Oscar won't move against you. This will afford you a window to snatch the Therian and make your escape.
You're willing to betray the Abbey?
There's nothing in this world that could ever replace Oscar. I know you can't trust me, so don't give me your medicine. I'll place my life in your hands. Just save Oscar.
Lady Teresa!
If true, this information will be of use to us. For now, let's bring her aboard and give her the medicine.
So, you're going to believe her story?
An art that boosts a Malak's power far beyond its normal limits. Sounds like we might be in for a real fight.
And she said that Melchior developed it too.
Maybe this explains why he was so intent on acquiring that Siegfried relic.
If this is all true, a frontal assault might not be the best idea.
But why do you think Teresa is willing to go so far to protect Oscar?
Oscar is the second son of the Dragonia family, aristocrats with ancestral ties to the Asgard royal lineage. From what I understand, he was sent to the Abbey in the hopes of strengthening his family's ties to the group.
For the good of the bloodline. Happens all the time.
Teresa followed him to the Abbey, where she's been his constant savior, even if she's kept it from him.
So she's another noble too. Could have had an easy life if she just kept in her place.
No, Teresa was conceived, outside of formal matrimony, and her mother was not of what you'd call high standing.
It happens more often than you might think. My mother died, and my father's wife never cared for me. So I merely served the Dragonia family as a maid. Those were dark, lonely times for me. But Oscar was the only one who called me his sister, and embraced me as family. Does a sister need any other reason to want to save her brother?
So you're back on your feet.
My sincere thanks for the medicine.
I can't use you as a hostage if you're dead. Where's the Therian?
Ahead through the Baird Marsh are the ruins of an ancient kingdom. There you'll find the Earth Pulse Point, along with Oscar.
What happened to number 1?
Lord Artorius took number 1 away from me. As it stands, I'm without the powers of an exorcist. As such, whether I live or die is for you people to decide. Once Oscar is safe, you can do whatever you like to me.
We'll do as you wish. All of it. I know you know this, Fee, but don't let your guard down for 1 second.
I won't.
Teresa, it's been a while.
We haven't seen each other since the throne. But that doesn't seem like so long ago to me. Not when I keep hearing so much about you. Eleanor Hume, the traitor.
What of the Corsair Scourge?
Nothing to worry about. I've had my dose of Salatoma.
Was it as bad as you remembered it? Brings you back to when you were an initiate, doesn't it?
Why did you betray us, Eleanor? When the Abbey made you a patrolling inspector, they placed great responsibility upon you. Oscar should have been the one to take on that role. He had already been selected for it. But you wanted it so very badly, and that sweet, naive man that he is, he let you take it.
I had no idea. Oscar had already been chosen?
Yes, and after he passed on it, he was stationed on that dangerous island where he sustained that awful wound. And now, you accompany the monster that nearly killed him. I feel I have a right to some answers.
My desire to save humanity has not changed. I have simply found a path different from the Abbey's.
I don't find that answer acceptable.
I didn't think that you would. I know very well that you offer no compromises when it comes to Oscar.
You're right. I don't. Be sure to inform your new friends of that fact. In order for me to protect Oscar, I'm going to need you all to trust me. That's all I have to say to you.
I understand.
That power number 2 displayed at the throne. Hard to believe he had that hidden in him. Lord Melchior said that number 1 was full of untapped potential as well. If I have the talent to use it.
Teresa, my lady, you seem angry.
Me? At what?
At me, for running away and joining Velvet.
Oh, that? I was careless. An enemy stole a tool of mine. I'm merely frustrated at my own incompetence.
A tool.
I don't care what happens to me now. Not as long as I can save Oscar.
I'm the one who hurt your precious brother. And you're asking for my help now?
Yes, you hurt him. You scarred his face, and his honor, and his heart.
Still holding a grudge then? Well, at least you won't be able to kill me in my sleep.
With no Malakim, I'm an ordinary woman. How could I threaten the Lord of Calamity? I'm painfully aware of my own weakness.
Good. Try to keep out of the way then.
Lady Teresa, Velvet isn't so different from you. She had a little brother,
I know all about the Lord of Calamity, but none of that matters to me. As powerless as I am now, this is the only path for me. It's the only way I can save Oscar.
Lady Teresa. Malakim are just tools.
What are you brooding over?
I know. Velvet, Eleanor, or Teresa. You're not sure whose little brother you want to be, eh? In that case, I assure you I'm the kindest of the lot.
The cruelest, most devious. That's not what's on my mind. There's something I need to say to Lady Teresa.
Something you wish to say? Then speak, number 2.
That's just it. I'm not number 2. I'm Laphicet.
Laphicet?
It's the name Velvet gave me. It's very important to me.
Something can be important to you?
Yes, I have feelings. You see, Malakim are not tools.
Very well. I shall call you Laphicet from now on.
Thank you, Lady Teresa.
You're kinder than you look, my dear Teresa.
Thank you, Teresa.
You misunderstand. With so much at stake, I don't want to rock the boat.
Velvet, tell me what you know about Teresa and Oscar. I want a clearer picture of what they can do.
All right. Teresa and Oscar are...
I can give you the lowdown on everything Abby. Lady Teresa and Oscar are the best of the best, even among the praetors. Some call them the consuls. There are only around 100 praetors in the world, so we're talking very elite.
Anyone called a consul is going to be adept at both fighting and leadership. They are key figures entrusted with responsibility for major cities and institutions.
The fighting part is all we have to worry about. Are they better than you, Eleanor?
Yes, I was a primus, which is a full rank below them. I could never overcome Teresa's arts or Oscar's swordsmanship in our practice battles.
When they were still trainees, they worked together to wipe out dozens of demons in a single night. After that, Lord Melchior kept a close eye on them.
Appreciated. I'll be on my guard.
Together they sound like a real threat. Thankfully, we're only after Oscar alone.
But Oscar has mastered a new art developed by Lord Melchior. You can count on it being a nasty one.
You really do know a lot about this stuff.
It's a little suspicious.
You think so? Well, I was at the Abbey, so...
Why don't you call him Lord Oscar?
That's what's bothering you? It's because we're both so popular with the ladies. I consider him a rival.
It's a beetle.
Yeah, a Lionel giant thunderstag beetle, to be exact.
Why do they always have such awkward names?
I think it's a cool name.
I've never been able to figure out why boys are so drawn to these things.
Huh?
What's the matter? Didn't you want to see it?
Yeah. Thanks.
When he was little, Oscar was always running around the woods collecting bugs. He'd get so into it, it was never long before he'd trip and hurt himself.
Did you grab bugs for him?
Yes, I thought they were gross, but I was much taller than him, and I had the reach. Once, he gave me a whole pile of cicada shells as his way of thanking me. I just screamed.
I'm sure he just wanted you to know how he felt. I can relate to that.
Rather unusual for a Malak like you to contemplate such things.
Well, I try to. It's just really hard sometimes.
It's hard for people, too. Sometimes it feels insurmountable, and yet we can't give up. Sometimes you just have to say what you believe in your heart, even if you're not good at saying it.
What I believe.
Fee, hurry up already!
Hey, Laphicet. Found a new stag beetle, did you?
Yeah, Lady Teresa got it for me.
Ooh, those pincers are sharp. Eisen, take a look at this fine specimen of a stag.
Wait, I believe that might be a two-horned rhinoceros beetle.
Listen, you two. If you're gonna get in another fight over this, I'll just say it's a new type of drone beetle.
You wouldn't.
You've really figured us out, huh?
Eleanor, you didn't make him say that just now, did you?
I did not. I've made a pact with him as a vessel, but he isn't tethered to me.
A Malak, acting so human.
I used to think that way. Malakim possessing free will just like humans? It was inconceivable. But meeting Laphicet and Eisen taught me the truth. They laugh in joyful times, and cry in sad times. Their stomachs even growl too.
Their stomachs growl?
Now I take it as a matter of course that not only Malakim, but demons and Therians too, have their own thoughts and feelings.
I thought you hated demons.
I certainly still do, but now I feel something besides just hate.
Malakim with free will? Demons and Therians as well?
You must have sensed that in Laphicet, or you wouldn't have caught that beetle for him. When you saw his beaming face, it must have reminded you of when Oscar was a young boy. Am I correct?
This conversation's over.
Teresa, be honest. Isn't there something wrong with the Abbey using a dangerous experimental art out in the field?
Oscar's the one who decided to go through with it. Don't presume to know anything about who he is. Using that art could be fatal. I can't allow Oscar to try it.
Lady Teresa, is something the matter?
It's nothing. I'm fine.
But you looked like you were in pain.
Oh. I was just thinking a bit.
You didn't have time to rest after recovering from the Corsair's scourge. You're awfully hard on yourself, you know.
And even harder on others, am I?
That's not what I meant.
It doesn't matter. I'm well aware that I'm stone cold. But they say a Malak never knows his vessel's heart. I said nothing all those times you snuck off to the library, did I?
You knew about that?
Of course I knew. But I was just letting you roam free like a master might let her little pup. Number one didn't wander about like you did. What makes you different?
I'm sorry.
Well, boys will be boys, I guess. But I was planning on punishing you if that behavior continued.
Punish me how?
You don't want to know. It might wreck your good cheer.
Lady Teresa!
Look at how open she's being. Do you really think she'll work with us?
I don't think she's lying to us. But I don't think she's being entirely truthful either. Look, I know I probably don't have to say this, but...
You don't. I won't let my guard down. If I see anything funny, she's dead. And since she has no Malak, it'll be quick.
I don't think we have a chance!
I hear the strength for
That was tougher than I would have liked.
Teresa, let's review our plan before we go in.
All right.
We'll tell Oscar that we'll release you if he gives up his weapons and Malachim. We'll tie him up, collect the Therian, and then head for the docks. Once we're aboard our ship and ready to sail, we'll release you. You'll be free to do whatever you want.
Very well. But I want you to promise me one thing. Promise me you won't hurt Oscar.
That depends on him. I'll defend myself if I have to.
Velvet.
Please, do it for me, too.
If you want to save Oscar, you need to make him listen. Put your own life on the line. You're his sister. Do whatever you have to protect him.
I will. Even if it means my death. We're almost at the Earth Pulse point. You all know the plan, right?
I'm using you as a hostage to keep Oscar from doing anything stupid. And don't you try anything funny either.
I knew you'd come, Velvet. Sister!
As plain as day. Now put down your sword and let go of my Theri. If you don't, I'll kill her.
You coward!
I'm sorry to do this, Oscar! I'm searching for the truth behind the Abbey's talk of so-called reason.
And your idea of reason is to threaten my dear sister's life?
I'm sorry, Oscar. I've become nothing but a burden.
Teresa, no. It's not like that. All right. I'll put down my arms. Teresa, get back!
Forgive me, Oscar. This is the only way I can protect you.
We've kept our end of the bargain. Take him and get out of here.
I can't do that. It will reflect poorly upon him.
Lady Teresa?
Have you forgotten? You're just a powerless human.
You're right. I am a weak, worthless human. But he has shown me the light, and it shines. My body is receptive to Inominat's power. And with it, I can protect everything I care about.
She turned into a Therian?
No, she fused with it.
I'll kill you all! Anything to protect Oscar!
Merging with the Berseria. Do you realize what you're doing, Teresa?
A trivial sacrifice. I'd do anything for my Oscar.
Here, police! You wronged me! Here's your justice! Find an order! Moving forward!
so much at stake. His future depends on this. I can't lose. Not here.
Lady Teresa.
Stand down, or I'll devour you piece by piece.
It's okay, sister. You've done enough.
No, don't look at me. I'm so hideous.
When I was growing up, the only one my mother and father ever paid any attention to was my older brother, the heir. But you, Teresa, you noticed me when they didn't. You looked after me, supported me, smiled for me. I could never thank you enough, my sister.
Oscar.
Now, keep watching over me, Teresa. As long as you're looking after me, I can vanquish even the Lord of Demons. Take a good look. This is armatization.
What happened to him?
He merged with his Moloch?
That's one hell of an art.
You thought I'd stop it there? Annihilate it!
It's over yet. Don't give out on me yet, Armatus!
Oscar, stop! This has gone far enough!
No, it hasn't. You people hurt my sister.
He's losing control of the Moloch, damn it! It's turning into a dragon!
Velvet, quick! Devour that thing!
Stop! He's still...
pair of earrings for my birthday. They're family heirlooms that were supposed to go to his fiancée, but he didn't know that at the time. I told him he should give them to the woman he cares most about in the world. And you know what he did? He smiled at me and said I was that woman. So sweet, so innocent. And you took him away! You killed my Oscar! How could you? How could you? How could you? No!
Don't do it!
You're so hurt. I'll get you all fixed up. Don't cry, Oscar. You're strong. You're so strong. Oscar.
Teresa. Oscar.
And we didn't even get the Therian we came for.
Oscar came at him first. I had to. It was for Luffy. For my little brother. No, not just dead. I killed them. I'm the same as Artorias. I killed her brother before her very eyes.
It's not the same.
It is the same! But I didn't have any choice! It was the only way to avenge you! It was all for you! I did it for you! I didn't want this!
There's nowhere left to run.
Nowhere for you or for me.
Nowhere left.
You all right?
I ate too much. That's all.
They were close. They supported each other ever since they were children.
I just did to them what they were going to do to us.
And who will killing them save?
The soul of my murdered brother.
Whatever the case, we messed up the Therian part of the plan. They're probably making a new one as we speak.
There's no time to waste. Let's go back to the port and start our search.
Yeah. All of it.
Velvet.